Hello, you beautiful souls. This is the video about how listening to or tuning in, listening, trusting, and following my intuition, which is one part of my cosmic team, saved my life yesterday. And I have no doubt. And I know there will be critics out there who will say, well, if you're looking for the signs, you're going to see them. But they're right. If you are awake and aware and paying attention, all of the things that this week's message has been saying, if you are open to the messages and the guidance and the support coming through from your cosmic team, then it will come through. And the veil is thinner. We have this eclipse portal, which means the veil is thinner. Now, this week, before I get into it, this week's messages have, when I do the dailies and the weekly messages, they're just as much for me as they are for you. I am one part of the collective, and it is a collective message. And we have had unwrap the gift of today every day. So every day is a gift. Every day you wake up and get to live your life, it is a gift. So wherever you are, truly be there. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Be with the people you are with. Back yourself so that you get to live your authentic life. And then today's message, may the force be with you. Well, it's the force of your cosmic team. That was a Star Wars pun. It's May the 4th. But think about your cosmic team, your heart, your soul, your intuition, your higher self, along with the divine source, the universe, God, Goddess, Buddha, whatever label you give that, all of your past loved ones, your animal guides, your spirit guides, your angels, your archangels, all of that and more are a part of your cosmic team. And they are constantly looking over us and guiding us and supporting us and loving us. So what happened yesterday? I know I'm probably going to jump all over the place, and I do apologize, but I am still trying to process how amazingly blessed I am every day. But yesterday it came through in undeniable ways. So I did my videos yesterday morning as per usual. I jumped in the car. For those of you who don't know, I have always run my own cleaning business. I am slowly winding that up as my spiritual business becomes more busier, I guess is the right word, more needed, more wanted, more appreciated, all of those things. So I left here, and yesterday in Geelong, which is where I'm from, it was really weird weather. It was rain, then sun, then rain, then sun. So as you can imagine, there was a lot of rainbows, okay? But as I left, I got in the car, and there was a Jessica Mauboy's new song was on. And her song is called Right Here, Right Now. I'm thinking, okay, well, that ties in really well, because I often get into the car. I told you I was going to jump. I often get into the car and ask for a message from the car radio. Whatever song's playing will have a message for me, and it's just an intention that I set. So it was right here, right now, and I'm like, well, that goes really well with this week's message, being present. Presence. Our presence is the best present we can gift anyone, including ourselves. So I'm listening to the lyrics, and then there was, the whole song's great, but one of the lyrics that jumped out at me was following my intuition doesn't need to be a mission. And I thought, ooh, I like this song. So I listened to the lyrics, but they kept jumping out at me right here, right now. Following my intuition doesn't need to be a mission. And it doesn't. If we are open and aware, it's easy. So as I said, it was pretty crappy weather. There was sun, then rain, then sun, then rain. So as a result, there was a lot of rainbows. In a 20-minute drive, I saw two different rainbows. One was faint, the other one was really bright. And I was actually kind of laughing and saying, yep, thank you, Janine. I know you're here. Thank you. That's gorgeous. Laughing it off almost as if to say, yep, I've got it. You're here. Cleaned that particular house, got back in the car, and as I was driving to my next job, and let me just go back a little bit. This week has been very busy for me because I've had to squeeze Friday's jobs and readings and Monday's jobs and readings into the rest of the week because I'm away Friday and Monday. So my human self was like, oh, we've got to get all this stuff done. My intuitive self saw this beautiful rainbow that was actually behind me. I saw it in my side view mirror and it was like, wow, that is so bright. And everything, I just kept driving. Yep, Janine, and everything was saying, pull over and take a photo. I'm like, I haven't got time to pull over and forget if I'm busy. I've got to get organized. I could have quite easily ignored my intuition or whoever it came from, my cosmic team. So they kept insisting. They were very insistent. So I pulled over and I took a photo. And I thought, you know what? Now that I've pulled over, I may as well have a quick bite to eat, answer any messages, and then I'll drive on. So about 10, 15 minutes later, I started driving. And as I took off and drove a little bit further, I was then guided on a detour because of an accident that had happened. Now, I may or may not have been involved, but I feel like I would have been. It's exactly where I would have been at exactly that time. If I wasn't involved, I definitely would have seen it happen. And there was a truck and a car that collided head on. The gentleman in the car passed away. So my condolences to his family. Horrible, horrible, horrible news. And I'm not trying to dismiss that. Like, I really do send him and his family and even the truck driver so much love. But as I was taking this detour, that's all I kept hearing. We just saved your life. You just saved your life by listening to us, being insistent about that stupid bloody rainbow that you were laughing at, saved your life. And I was like, that's heavy. So the traffic was mad. Like, this was a main highway that had been blocked both directions. And for me to get to where I needed to go was a very long detour down a horribly dirty, wet, muddy dirt road. So my human self is sitting in this car park of traffic. Now I'm going to be even later. I stopped. I'm going to be late. And then I just heard, better late than never. And I was reminded that everything happens for a reason. You did the right thing. Everything's going to be okay. So as I was driving along, I thought I need to ring Paul. So I rang my hubby and I said, I think Janine just saved my life. Her freaking rainbow made me pull over, take a photo. Decided to have a quick bite to eat while I was there. I've just missed this accident, which is where I would have been. I'm now in this detour car park. So he was chatting to me on the phone. Anyway, we finally started moving again. And it's just, if someone was telling me this story, I would think it was a story, but I can tell you it's fact. And it's why I'm still processing. Freaking amazing cosmic team when you tune in. So as I got to the other highway and started driving towards my destination, on the left-hand side of the road, there was literally, and I've never heard of these before, there was literally a sign, for sale, rainbow eggs. No word of a lie, took a photo. Went back afterwards and took a photo. Could not believe it. So I'm talking to Paul on I'm doing this, but it's on hands-free on the car. Talking to hubby on the phone, telling him what happened, finding out, and he looked up the news for me while I was driving. He was like, oh my God, yeah, you're right. And then I said to him, holy shit, I've just passed a sign that says for sale rainbow eggs. He goes, what the fuck? What the fuck are rainbow eggs? I'm like, I don't know, but thanks, Janine, having, I guess, a bit of a nervous giggle at it all. And then to the right, I noticed a family of eagles, and eagles are always a sign from my mum. So it was like, okay, it wasn't just Janine. It was Janine, my mum, my intuition, my cosmic team saved my life yesterday. So then I get to the next house, and I'm about half an hour late by this stage, but they were okay because they understood what had happened. And as I walk into the house, they've got the radio playing, and the next song that came on the radio was the Friends theme song. So, what happened after that? Cleaned the house, nothing much happened there, had a few people message me, all that kind of thing. Then I left there, the road was closed for the rest of the day into the evening. So from 10 o'clock in the morning until probably 10 o'clock at night, the road was closed. It was opened again this morning, and it's down to a 60k zone for whatever reason. So they're obviously still not sure why it happened. The truck came across a dual lane highway with a medium strip into the wrong side of the road and a head-on collision. So I really don't know what happened. Nothing's been published as yet. But on the way to my last job, I stopped to get fuel. And as I was paying for my fuel, I was looking at the service attendant, and I looked out the window next to him, and I went, "Oh my gosh." And he said, "What's up?" And I said, "Look at that rainbow." And it was a huge double rainbow. And he was like, "Oh, that is magnificent." So I got back in the car, and as I was walking towards the car, I took a photo of that. And then when I got home, I heard a song I'd never heard before, never heard of the artist before, Will Dempsey, and the song is called Beat You There, and it's a song he actually wrote for his daughter who passed away. And it's all about how, we're all heading to the same place, but I just beat you there. So it was a pretty full-on emotional day, and I'm not taking anything away from the fatality and the devastation that has left in someone's life. But I guess the message I want to bring through to all of you who are watching this, whenever you are watching this, never dismiss that inner voice that prompts you to do something, especially if it prompts you more than once. Never dismiss the signs as coincidence or your imagination. Never dismiss what is brought to your attention or what comes into your awareness, because your entire cosmic team is constantly communicating with you. But if you're too busy in the humanness of hustle, bustle, busy doing life, you may miss the very message that saves your life. It could be something as simple as pull over and take a photo. It could be something as simple as turn left instead of going your normal route today. It could be call this person. Whatever message just intuitively downloads, jumps into your head, comes into your awareness, please pay attention to it, because it's coming through for a reason. And 99.9% of the time, it's coming through to guide you, to support you. It's the love coming through from above. So I want to say publicly, a huge ass thank you to my cosmic team. Now, I have labeled it as my intuition, Janine and Mum, but I have no doubt that there was so much more going on behind the scenes yesterday, behind my cosmic team scene, because it was so much, and I'm sure I've forgotten to mention some of it, but it was just like everywhere I turned, there was another sign. Never even heard of rainbow eggs before. It was just like this confirmation of, I've got your back. And as soon as I acknowledged that, the eagles were there like, and I've got your back as well. And we're teaming up to take care of you. So thank you for listening. Like I said, I may or may not have been involved in that accident, but it would have been a close bloody call. So I am going to put my neck out there and say, listening to my intuition saved my life. So never discount what you hear, what you see, what you feel, what you smell, what you just know. That little intuitive nudge, that little intuitive whisper, that gut instinct, that animal instinct. Never, ever, ever, ever ignore it. It could be life-saving. It could be something as simple as take a jacket and you don't and you get cold, or take an umbrella and you don't and you get wet, or pull over and take a photo of that rainbow and you don't and you're in an accident. Like, it could, just listen, tune in, listen to, trust, and follow those intuitive downloads, those intuitive messages, those intuitive whispers. If you have listened to all of this, thank you. If you know that you have a sign that comes through from someone, I'd love for you to share and have that conversation. I had that conversation with Janine years ago, and I'd actually forgotten about it until all these rainbows kept coming through, and it was like, Janine was going to be a rainbow, you dill, and you were going to be an eagle. Have the conversation. So, and it can be in fun. So when you pass, what are you going to come back as? I'm always going to come back as an eagle, but I've got different people that will come back as different things. And it's not that you're dwelling on them passing. It's just so that when they do, they know how to show themselves to you, and you know that it's them. So much healing, love and laughter. Your intuitive life coach, Tracy, who is counting her blessings today and every day, because every day is a gift. Stay well, stay safe, and above all else, stay true to you. And remember this year's motto, 2023 is all about me, and there's no limits to what I can have, do, or be, especially if I listen to my cosmic team and allow their communication to come through easy, breezy, and free.